Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning back, welcome back, my beautiful Soul Tribe family. As you know, these most recent downloads by way of the readings that have been coming out are not for the timid. They're not for the weak. They're not for the wankster energy. Okay? Why is it so thick right now? Because a lot of people have called their power back. They've cleansed their souls. And you have people who consciously forfeited their souls over and over and over again. So these are people that have no energy to call back because they exercised their own free will and forfeited their souls. As much as we want for everybody to have their soul back, because that would eliminate some of this mental illness and people going to and fro and trying to be like other people. That is not the case. It's unfortunate that some of these destiny swapping people will have to be the casualties in what right now is a spiritual battle for your life, for your soul. The heavens is in a battle over the chosen ones, and the victory has already been put in place. So as much as I would like to come in all this love and light for everybody, I already know I have already been put on by my spirit team. Unfortunately, I can't do that with everybody. I can't pray for everybody. I don't want to pray for the people that keep praying preying on the innocent people because they don't want to relinquish things that they know do not belong to them by way of the physical and the spirit, right? As much as I would love to talk to the gang stalkers, the people who are demonically possessed, hey, listen, I wish that you go through deliverance. I hope you get the help that you need. But you got to run back all that divinity. You got to cut the cord. You ain't got to do a damn thing, but you're going to have to surrender to the fact that spiritual justice and judgment is going to look real ugly before it looks better. Surrendering to the fact that the divine laws by way of the heavens is what determines how things go and how things will stay, right? So here lies the issue. You got people in the heavens literally playing tug of war with your energy. They're playing tug of war with your destiny, literally causing natural catastrophes, causing natural disasters by way of nature, tsunamis, earthquakes in places that ain't never had earthquakes, tornadoes in places that ain't never had a tornado. Because this is how far the Most High God divine will go for the chosen. Why? Because the Most High called. We answered the call and then we surrendered to the Most High, which means you had to submerge yourself in obedience to the Most High. This call is not for the weak by any means necessary. The divine said the chosen will take their spot, have taken their spot. So you got people still tugging, trying to pull, trying to hold you back. They still doing death spells. They still doing whatever. These are people who are of a lost cause. To pray for them is to cast your pearls onto swine. To ask that they be delivered when they keep forfeiting their divinity. These are people that turn their backs on the Most High God. They don't want a connection with the divine. As much as I would love for everybody to be love and light and have a connection with the divine, it is a sad fact, spiritually and statistically speaking, that some of these people have chosen to stay on demon time. So with the demons, they will stay. A lot of them are possessed with demons that they don't want to let go of, but they still want to hold on to your energy and assure that you don't make it, only to find out that that shit ain't working. A lot of them are bound to poverty curses, y'all. Hexes, curses, spells. These are people, okay, Again, they can't call their power back. These are people that sat right across from the devil. The devil comes pretty. The devil smells good. And the devil said, are you sure? You know, once you do this, once you sign this contract, it can't be unsigned. These people signed in blood. They signed by way of an oath. And with that oath, they were promised riches, wealth, status, your energy. And so they went above and beyond to exercise when they really needed an exorcism, but to exercise their rights within the demonic contract by way of the devil's pie, the devil's blood. They're burning shut-up candles. They've been doing it all night. Interesting. Spirit says, for every holy word that comes out of my mouth and the chosen one's mouth is blessed by the Most High God. Anybody burning a shut-up spell will lose their breath. Tell me how you supposed to breathe with no air. No air, no air. Anybody doing hoodoo, voodoo, still, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Because you're stepping into uncharted territory. You're coming up against spiritual protection that is something like we've never seen as the collective. We just inherited all this spiritual protection because we're continuing to surrender. And when I say we, I mean the people that are actively, consciously turning their backs on all things diabolical, people, places, and things, consciously, actively being obedient to source, surrendering to the call of your life. Remember when answering the call, chosen ones, was a difficult thing? It's becoming quite easy. When I say the burdens are light, they are light. These people are terrified for you to get back everything that you deserve. Because in their mind, on a 3D level, you will look like the power that you have. To get all your power back on a 3D level is wealth, prosperity, money. But this was what they did it for, was wealth, prosperity, and money. All things that are of the world. What profit a man to gain the entire world and lose their soul? And so they willingly signed it over. They were told, listen, once you sign this contract, it can't be undone. So the fact that their contracts are being undone as it relates to you, listen, I'm not included in your contracts. We're not included in your contracts with the devil. You made that deal. So as much as I would love for everybody to get their souls back, there's definitely ramifications and details hidden in the work, honey. There's absolutely fine print to these demonic contracts. Some of them had clauses, binding things that cannot be undone. So as you call your spirit back, not only are you calling your spirit back, calling back your power, you're purifying your energy at the same time, because the people that tried to attach their energy to you were doing diabolical things with the little bit of energy that they were feeding off of. So you got to cleanse your energy. A lot of them wanted to attach you to their spell work so that the karma came back to you. A lot of them needed your energy so that you would shield them from the karma. So that when this shit backfired, you would be the shield. It would hit you. Why? Because they know you have a divine shield of protection. That's why. Shit's just going to bounce off of you. Time's up. Contracts are done. These are unwarranted contracts. These are contracts that people put you in. These are contracts that people put you in. Okay? Without your authorization. They're massively in regret. You got people praying. I don't know who they're praying to. Some of them are praying to you because they really believe that you are God, source of all things in the physical. But in fact, you are. But they don't need to pray to you. They need to go to source. But some of them, their prayers are earthbound. They consciously blaspheme the Most High, laughing with the devil, in the presence of the devil, very much knowing what it was that they were doing. On a conscious level, they consciously chose to be diabolical. Some of them looked at the devil and was like, oh, look at the devil. The devil is winning. The devil got money. The devil got hoes. The devil got clothes in different area codes, right? I got hoes. I got hoes in different area codes. Area codes. I got hoes. I got hoes. They was out here sex magic, Jezebelian, living in the moment, not thinking about the outcome, not thinking about the repercussions, not thinking about the ramifications by way of coming up against somebody who is destined for greatness. Okay? Give me current energy, please and thank you. You got a lot of twin flames out here. This came up in the reverse. A lot of twin flames that forfeited their contract. Okay? You got a wingman out here. You got somebody that's coming in to speak for somebody else. Somebody that covers for them. Let me tell you something. Karmic masculines. A lot of them were booed up with their best friends. Their masculine friends. I'm going to keep it real. They were very much in a relationship. What does that mean? That person knew everything about you. Your body. Your sex. Yeah, you were in a relationship with the wingman as well. Some of these karmic masculines were absolutely in relationships with their best friends. That's why they wanted to hang out with their best friends before they wanted to hang out with you. Not that it's not healthy to have friends, but some of these people were in full relationships with somebody that would cover their bullshit. Unfortunately, some of these people know very pertinent and personal details about conversations. A lot of these karmic ass men was recording you. Oh yeah, I seen y'all in the ether. And now they just serve as an echo of a karmic lesson. I can't make it up. That's it. Karmic feminines too. The goal was to strip you of your divinity, to strip you of something so beautiful that you would be unrecognizable. These people wanted you to be invisible because they felt intimidated in your presence when really you're just being you. Not boasting, just kind of being you. But unapologetically, somebody was angry about that. You saw the signs. You got the red flags. That's what that card says. Your intuition. You saw things through dreams. You got things through meditation. You got truth and clarity, and you closed out these karmic cycles. Holy Spirit said you never deserved any of it. I can't make it up. Somebody is going through hell. Quite literally, mentally, physically. They're getting readings on you every day. Anybody that's getting a reading on you every day has a mental illness. Something has got them unwell. They're going deeper into a toxic lifestyle. Somebody could be doing cocaine. I don't know why I just heard that. This is like crackhead behavior, okay? Like honestly, somebody's overindulging on pills, popping pills, just everything. Just again, these are people who completely turned their backs on God. This is the part of the demonic contract that they didn't see that the devil was going to fulfill. Putting them around other people who are drinking, enablers, bad choices, over excessively drinking. Drinking is not a bad thing for those of you that enjoy it. Listen, it's the excess. This is how the devil takes them down a rabbit hole. Drugs, partying, unhealthy, promiscuity, toxic lifestyle. I can't make it up. That's part of the demonic contract. It's only being fulfilled. So when they say that the devil has come to collect, that's what it looks like. Depression, sadness. Why? Because your soul is not for the taking. So now they have to be without your energy. Firestorm, it says. Something's a brewing. Oh, trust and believe that karma is coming. This says karma, drama, endings, loss, mental breakdown, firestorm. Somebody's effed up about you mentally, fragmented mind state. Not because they're regretful, not because they're in massive regret, but because they couldn't take you down. They don't like that. They're not happy about the fact that they couldn't take you down. Clarify. Give us current energy. I could be picking up on several energies. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This person is having reckless sex. to validate some type of insatiable desire. Succubus energy. A lot of sex magic. Yeah. Somebody's continuously making bad decisions. This is the part of the demonic contract that they didn't see. Low self-esteem, feeling rejected by you. But why wouldn't you reject somebody who wanted to strip you of your divinity? I'm going to say it just like that. They wanted to strip you of your divinity in the hopes that they could take on the image of who you are and be the best version of you somewhere else, pouring into another karmic situation or whatever the case. Whatever they thought they were using your energy for, they got to run it back. You never co-signed to that demonic contract, although somebody absolutely wanted to include you. Now, somebody could be thinking, well, how is that possible? You know, if you're sitting across from the devil and you're signing a spiritual contract, or you're being initiated into some type of cult or whatever this is, or whatever you're going through, how is it that you're going to, you know, include me? Well, listen, unfortunately, when you were connected to this person, when you were having sex with this person, that was a contract. When you allow somebody to be in your physical vessel, that's a contract, okay? When you keep going back to a toxic situation, you are absolutely accepting the energy. That's why discernment is key. That's why paying attention to the red flags, intuition, dreams, and clarity, that's why that's key. If the Most High say go, go. Well, I don't know how I'm going to go. Or lose your life. Which one you want? These are real root workers. These are real warlocks. And they got the nerve to be crying out, feeling tormented before their time, when their time has been up. The only thing that these people are massively in regret of is that they weren't successful with stripping you of your divinity. So everybody wants to call their soul back, right? From where? Because now that the devil's come to collect, that lets me further know there's been more than ample opportunities for these people to get their soul back, but they kept choosing not to. So as much as the demented person that watches you every day, psychotic person, whoever's doing the shut-up spells, whatever they're doing every day, as much as I would love for them to get their spirit back, how can I be praying and casting my pearls onto swine when they get up consciously every day or unconsciously or whatever their contract is with the devil and forfeit their divinity and forfeit God and blaspheme the Most High? They do spell work every single day. Why would I be casting my pearls on anybody like that, praying for deliverance from people or for people? Yeah, deliverance from people who don't want to be delivered. That's absolutely a thing. I deliver myself from people who don't want to be delivered from the shit they know they need to be delivered from. Anything in alignment with Satan. So to all my prayer warriors, oh, I'm going to pray for them. Oh, I hope they, yeah, send out a prayer. Hey, I hope you get your shit together. I hope you go through hell so you can wake up and hopefully negotiate your soul back from the devil. That's my prayer for you. That's all I got. But the rest of these pearls, I'm not casting them on you swines. Why would I keep doing that for somebody? I need my prayer warriors to really understand this and get this down low. Why would you continue to keep praying for somebody that exercises their own free will, that's sitting there having lunch with the devil, waking up with the devil, going to sleep with the devil, sitting up thinking all day how they can mess up your life? That's like giving the devil glory. Deliverance is what these people need, to be delivered from the demons that are operating through them. The spirit of jealousy, envy, pride, lack of accountability, lack of responsibility, soulless activities. But if they don't want to be delivered from the demons, call your power back. Cut ties. Burn it. Let it go. Somebody out here is looking real bad. They drinking, they popping pills. Somebody is really like on some weird shit. I feel like this is somebody that tried to destiny swap. I feel like the more you call your soul back, the more you're authentic, the more the universe recognizes your authentic signature. I feel like this person can't cope because they can't use your energy. This is how good divine energy is. This is how good when you strip it away from people that you don't need to be around. This is how good it is when you strip away your energy. Unfortunately, it thrusts them into the devil's come to collect. Remember that contract, karmic ties, trying to cope. Somebody's drinking and popping pills. I don't wish suicide on anybody. I don't wish death on anybody. But who am I to get in the way of these people and their gods that they kept signing these blood contracts with? I got to get out the way. You got karmic ties. You got karmic contracts. So now that you got this new boo, new you energy, somebody doesn't like the fact because you're deciding to walk in your own energy. How dare you? The audacity of you. What? You want to be you? You're going to really walk in your destiny? Are you serious? Yeah. I just heard these people can't copy you fast enough because you're too authentic. Now, this does not go to say that maybe somebody snatched their soul. Some of these people are drifters. Some of these people's souls have been snatched by people that their mothers, their fathers, okay? But there's always a saving grace. The God that I serve always sends in divine intervention. That could come by way of a person, a place, a thing. So even these people have had an opportunity to call their souls back. Some of them have been so controlled for so long that they don't even know how to operate in their own energy. That's unfortunate. Some of them don't even recognize their own soul because they've been controlled by their mother, by their father, who was a warlock, karmic witch, mother, sister, whatever. True story. I'm going to go more into it in part 2. I'm going to tell y'all some true stories. Love spell. They need to do some love spells on themselves. They need to do love spells on themselves. Them candles you burning for a love spell, you need to burn it on yourself. Self-love. I love me. I like me. I love me. I like me. Say that 1,000 times, 40,000 times a day. 40,000 times a day. I love me. I love me. Can't nobody love me like me. I want to be around people that love me like I love me and love themselves like they love themselves. And I want to love them like they love themselves because we love. That's a love spell. That's how you speak that into existence. And so mote it be. So when you got somebody going against the laws of nature, sitting up all day trying to telepathically communicate with you, they need to get their shit together. I'm going to go into some true stories here. In part 2, I'm going to change the names, obviously, to protect the innocent. But I feel like it's vital. I feel like it's a part of my destiny. I feel like I'm not divulging any stories or secrets to embarrass anybody, but with the hopes that people really understand that I've encountered real people like this. Like, my journey has been quite interesting. Okay? So you got karma. You got GPS. Somebody's actively trying to come by your house to do spell work because they're mentally unstable and they need to be delivered from a demonic force that they refuse to let go of. They love the demons. They love the devil. I'm going to just keep it real. People are like, what's wrong with them? Why won't they get themselves together? They like the devil. It's fun there. They like it. They get to drink. They get to have sex. They get to have these sex demons. They having sex with the demons. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give y'all some true stories that I know for a fact. Not hearsay. Not a spiritual download, something that I've seen with my own eyes. I'm like, damn. Karma's here though. Karma's like, you're going to put some respect on my name. That's what karma is saying. It says these cycles are closing. So you're going to see more people fall. You're going to hear about more unfortunate situations. Spirit is saying, don't pity them. These are people who did this to themselves. They had opportunities. There's always a moment of grace. Before you get to this level of destruction, before you get to this level of annihilation on a spiritual level, there's always an opportunity of grace, mercy, deliverance. The Most High always sends in an earth angel. That could be somebody at Walmart. If not just for a moment, a day, a minute, an hour, a year, however long, the Most High always sends in somebody, a prayer warrior, somebody that says, hey, follow me. Do you want deliverance? These people consistently, intentionally knew what they were doing, and they kept turning their back on the Most High God. As a matter of fact, your divinity irritated their demons even more, which put them in an energy of destruction, and they wanted to destroy your life. They went to great lengths to do so. This is why their karma is so harsh. So as much as I would love to say, oh God, please, I want all my enemies to get their souls back. Child, they kept giving their souls away. They liked it with the devil. The devil was coming, like, answering their prayers. They was unaliving people. They like, oh my God, that shit really happened. Okay. They was loving it. I'm going to keep it real with you. They were loving it. Praying for people to break up. The people break up, go through a divorce. They were loving it. They're like, ooh, they really broke up. The devil was answering their prayers. So once the devil starts to answer prayers based on a soul contract that you've compromised your soul, the devil's got her hooks in you. So when the devil comes to collect, the devil's like, okay, pay up. It's time to collect. The devil has done work for these people. Now the devil wants to be paid in blood, in sacrifice. It was always a temporary satisfaction. It was always profiting the whole world and losing your soul. Slowly, the devil is patient. They kept running back to the devil. Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Cinnamon, where you gonna run to on Judgment Day? They looking up at the sky. They looking all around. They trying to come and find you because you were nice to them. Don't you see me praying? Don't you see me down here praying? But the Lord said, run to the devil. The Lord said, run to the devil. The Lord said, run to the devil. And guess what? When they ran to the devil was waiting. The devil's like, I knew you'd be back. Oh, you want your soul back? That's what's up. Oh, you want your soul back? That's what's up. These are heinous acts against the divine. These are unfathomable, just nasty, detestable, just nasty energy. Some of these sins are too great to recover from. How many death spells did it take for you to get to this point where the Most High turns a deaf ear to your prayers and your prayers are earthbound. So then you get these enemies coming along. Oh, y'all act like y'all perfect. Y'all act like y'all ain't never did anything. No, we didn't say that. We were never required to be perfect. We were just told to be obedient and surrender. When we were hanging around karmic people, the Most High said, excuse me, ma'am, come up out of there. Stop fraternizing with these scornful people. Listen to them. Look at what they talk about. Shake the dust off your feet, please, and leave these people behind. We were obedient to the call. Never said we were perfect. Never said we had to be. But we didn't do this. We didn't do this. Y'all went a step above and beyond to be demonic. You took items. You stole money. You took clothes. You took hair. You took dolls. Whatever the hell you took. In an attempt to attach our energy to your demonic contracts because you needed a shield of protection because the God that you serve ain't faithful. The devil is a liar. So now that we got all that out of the way, you got a psycho, crazy ex. An ex could be an ex-friend, an ex whatever, somebody that you have exiled out of your energy. Watching you, obsessed. Can't let go. Why? Because your energy was funding the entire deal. Your energy is why they were able to get a job. Your energy was why they were able to get new love. Your energy, the people that fell in love with them were falling in love with the energy that they had harvested from you. And remember, they made a deal with the devil. They made a deal with that deity. They said, listen, I'll swap out this if you give me all this person's power. The deity was like, you sure? The devil always says, are you sure? And he found them desperate, in a funk. Their souls had already been snatched. But they weren't interested in calling back their souls. They weren't interested in doing the work. They wanted to take the shortcut. So robbing, killing, stealing, destroying, unaliving people within 21 days, unaliving people within 3 days was like expedited work. Circumventing, shortcuts. But you, chosen ones, what makes you different is one, you had to get into an energy of obedience and surrender. You had to walk the narrow path. You know how walking the narrow path is? Sometimes it's just you and the Most High. There's nobody there. And when you happen to meet people whose journey is in alignment with yours, that's a blessing to encounter other earth angels who resonate with your soul. This is the message. I'm going to go into part 2. I'll meet you there if you're interested. Okay? Give it a thumbs up if it resonated. If not, peace be with you.